Hello again, my friends and fiends, and welcome to another episode of Hammer Thoughts, where we talk about our thoughts on all things Hammer. In today's episode, we are looking at another new 4K Hammer release, but this time it's from Hammer themselves with their latest limited edition box set, Mantrap. Let's take a look. Lawyer Hugo Bishop is shocked when an old friend asks him to track down an escaped murderer and prove the man's innocence. With a police dragnet closing in and the escapee's wife in a state of distress, Bishop must use all of his cunning to find the real murderer and clear the man's name. Released in March 1953 and based on the second novel in a series of 6 by author Elston Trevor about an ex-military intelligence officer turned amateur detective Hugo Bishop. Here played wonderfully by Paul Henreid, who came to work in the UK after, along with many others, was blacklisted in Hollywood for his defence of the Hollywood 10. Now there's a cat flap to peer through. Here we don't go down rabbit holes, we peer through cat flaps, just so you know. The escapee's wife, you will know very well if you've ever watched earlier James Bond, as she is played by the same actress who will go on to play the legendary Miss Moneypenny, Louise Maxwell. We also have the first ever blink and you miss it appearance of another legend, Barbara Shelley. But my absolute favourite character by far in this movie is Hugo Bishop's secretary and fiancée, Vera, played by the stunningly amazing Kay Kendall. To me, the chemistry and back and forth play between Hugo and Vera makes this movie. In many ways, he wouldn't be able to solve crimes without her. She really is wonderful, and it makes it all the more tragic and saddening to learn Kay Kendall passed away in her 30s. And oh my goodness, that is only the half of it, peering through the cat flap at her life. Now there's a tale full of twists and turns. I'm surprised there's never been a movie, to be honest. I tell you now, I tried to guess the killer before the reveal, which I felt was done nicely, but I was completely off. And going back through the movie, there are definite clues to who it is before the finale, so that's on me. But it did make for an interesting ending. Directed by Terence Fisher with gorgeous black and white cinematography, some really special, deliciously edible shots dotted throughout, and great use of bomb ruin locations around London, reminding you it's not that far from the war and the world was still rebuilding. Oh, and there's a single scene with a rather gorgeous dog named Danny, which was very well received by me. Right, I think I've jabbered on enough about this film. Let's have a look at the gorgeous box set itself. Again, the artwork on these new Hammer sets are just gorgeous, aren't they? Just look at that. There is a car chase scene in this. It's quite cool. It's not like huge, it's not like an American car chase, you know what I'm saying? But Hammer is cool. And there on the back, that is the American name, Man in Hiding, which probably actually works better for what's going on in the film. But yeah, for once. Normally the American name's the shit one, but I'm not saying the British one's shit. Mantrap is still cool. But there we go on the side there. So we've got a nice chunky 128-page book, which we always love. And there's a little other little thing we'll look at in a minute. See, there's the cover of the book. We'll go through that in a second. But first of all, we got to look at the flappy. Look at that. There's Paul there. Secretary is not in the picture, and considering to me she's the best character, but there's Miss Moneypenny. I've gone a bit close there, sorry. And there's her murdering husband, maybe, on the run, or ex-husband. And there are the 2 discs. Got nice art on there, unlike some which we'll go into from another company. There's all the extras, which I'll go to in a minute, but we've got a nice, delicious selection as per usual. They really outdo other collections, don't they? Apart from maybe the Doctor Who ones. Have a look at the flappy. Can't go wrong. Right, as I'm showing you the other bits, let's talk about the special features, because there's a decent amount here. We've got Fear, Desire and Crime, a 31-minute introduction to Hammer Noir. That is well worth a watch, honestly. I really enjoyed that. There's What's in a Name, a 24-minute documentary exploring Elston Trevor and the confusing amount of different pen names, and oh my god, did he have a lot. There's Caught in the Act, a 24-minute documentary about John Stewart. There's Locations in Hiding, a 29-minute documentary where Wayne Kinsey and Robin Bales, I think that's how you pronounce it, see out Mantrap's London locations. I always like them. They do a lot with the Doctor Who sets. They're really cool to see how they are now. There's a 22-minute audio-only Len Harris career retrospective interview recorded on the 18th of March 1991. and a 1 minute 26 snippet that survives of an originally much longer but now sadly lost Glenn Harris behind the scenes footage. And then rounding it out, we've got UK censor card, main title shots, Texas trailer, and an image gallery. And then the 128-page book, we have a new article examining the making of the memorable literary adaptation, a new article examining crime as a key narrative driver in post-war British films, a new article on Kay Kendall, an accomplished actor comedian, and honestly, that is well worth a read. Oh my god, that is so interesting. A new article that shines a light on the strange career path of producer Alexander Paul. A new article profiling Paul Hendreed, a great actor with a strong set of principles. Again, that is well worth a read. And finally, a new article that explores the literary origins of the amateur detective Hugo Bishop. And look, Cloudburst, I will forever want this as a film. Released as a limited set, rather it is a film. What am I talking about? Oh my god, that film is so good. You can find it on YouTube, by the way. Shh. So I really want a hard copy there. Oh, here we go. Here's the article about, just look at her as Kay Kendall. Isn't she gorgeous? Can't believe she died in her 30s. It's so sad. It really is. But yeah, these books are so good, honestly. I love them. And there we have it, another of Hammer's noir entries. Again, it may not be up there with the big hitters, but it really is a comfort blanket kind of film, all cosy and comfy and enjoyable to watch. I really do love their so-dubbed Hammer noir films. For me, they are alongside the horrors easily, and that's before we even get into the war films. Did you know Hammer did war films, and that a couple are absolutely amazing? I know. We will get to them eventually. If you're only into Hammers for the horror, this won't convince you. But if you like the thrillers and noir and all the different types of films Hammer made, and have liked the new releases so far, then I think you'll really dig it. Even if you aren't hugely into these types of films, these new collections are such treasure troves of extras. Watching all chronologically, the extras combine to give you a wonderful understanding of Hammer as a whole, the history and legacy and all the wonderful people that were part of it, or popped in and out along the way, as well as what was going on in the world at the time of the original release. And for that, I love them. We have a tiny bit to wait for our next release. On the 20th is the second of the newish Hammer Presents range with the awesome sounding Crucible of Horror, aka The Corpse. So be excited for that. There are some other videos in the works too. Hopefully they won't take too long, but you know what life does. It gets in the way. Thank you as always for joining me, and never forget, my friends, to keep on keeping on.